Okay, all right, sorry everybody. This is version 2. I screwed up and didn't put the sound on again. All right, we'll quickly go through the answers and then I'll post this right away. All right, so from 28, you go across, that's opposite, over adjacent. That's why you get tangent, okay? Now, it's opposite over adjacent, so that's why it's x on top and 6 on the bottom. So when you put it in your calculator, you multiply, okay? From 64, this is opposite, hypotenuse. So it's a sine, all right? But 9 is on top, x is on the bottom, so you divide, and that's your answer, okay? From 26, you don't need the opposite, adjacent and hypotenuse, so that's cosine 26 equals, now it's a over h, so that's why it's x over 10. Now x is on top, so you multiply 10 times cosine 26, okay? From 38, opposite over hypotenuse, all right? Sine 38 equals, now opposite first, hypotenuse second, so x over 7. 7's on the bottom, so you multiply 7 times sine 38, okay? 5, from 48, opposite over adjacent, tangent, opposite's on top, so 11, x is on the bottom, okay? So because x is on the bottom, you divide 11 divided by x, okay? Number 6, from 59, opposite over adjacent, tangent 59 equals 9 over x. X is on the bottom, so you divide. So in your calculator, you do 9 divided by tangent 59, okay, and then that's your answer, okay? Now, how do you find the angles? Let me show you one in the calculator because these are different, okay? So same idea. From theta, opposite over adjacent, so tangent. Now, you got to follow O over A, opposite, then adjacent. So 6 on top, 16 on the bottom. All right, but here you do the inverse. So you hit shift. On this calculator, you hit shift. Sometimes it's second, sometimes it's like an arrow, okay? All right, so instead of tangent, tangent inverse, it looks like that, okay? It looks like that. Tangent, 6 divided by 16, okay? And then that's your answer, okay? So it all works the same way, whether it's tangent, sine, whatever, okay? So here's what we'll kind of focus on. From the theta, opposite over hypotenuse, so 11 over 16, sine, all right? And then you use the inverse, okay? 9, opposite over adjacent, 6 divided by 8, use the inverse. 10, opposite over adjacent, tangent, 6 divided by 2, use the inverse, okay? 11, opposite over adjacent, tangent, use the inverse. Opposite over adjacent, tangent, use the inverse. Don't be surprised that there's a ton of tangents. Let me show you this, though, okay? Guys, sine and cosine both have the h on the bottom, okay? So the hypotenuse has to be the biggest side, okay? So the denominator has to be the bigger number, okay? So like if I put shift, oops, what the heck? What the heck's going on? Sine 1 divided by 2. Okay, I get an answer, right? If I do sine inverse 2 divided by 1, I get an error. I get an error because the calculator doesn't know what to do. Because you're telling the calculator sine 2 over 1. Well, sine is opposite over hypotenuse. If the hypotenuse is 1, the opposite side cannot be 2. The hypotenuse has to be bigger, okay? Why do I tell you that? Let's practice making a mistake so that if you make a mistake, you don't think your calculator's broken, okay? Now, if you get confused on why, which side is which, try to YouTube opposite adjacent hypotenuse. I put a video up last week about that. Or, send me questions or send me your work and I'll look at it, whatever. I'll help you. But if you're getting an error, your calculator's not broke. Okay, I mean, as long as you're in the right mode and stuff, as long as you're in degrees. Up at the top of mine here, right above the 2 divided by 1, you see DEG. You want to be in degrees. Okay, all right. Guys, I'm going to post this right now. I apologize that it didn't have any volume. Thanks for the heads up. I'm going to redo the other one too. So just hang tight. Thanks.